I welcome you again today to our class online, and we're looking at the introduction to environmental economics, and we are looking at the introductory part of it. And we say environmental economics is the application of economics uh, principles in the study of the environmental resources. So environmental economics, like economics, is divided into uh, two mainly: micro environmental economics and also macro environmental economics. The microeconomy environmental economics also aspect is concerned with the study of individuals and small groups and the use and also management of environmental and natural resources, while the environmental economics deals with the economics performance of economics uh, as a whole in relation to the environment. So the environment is an important factors in the life of man, as it also provide the basic services required for production and household sectors of the environment. It is the basic source of both renewable and renewable resources such as minerals, forests, and also energy, clean air, and also biodiversity. Other resources that provide life supporting services are also involved are also involved in it. So we're looking at the natural resources. What natural resources are useful things provided by nature. Therefore, anything obtained from the physical environment to satisfy human need relates to natural resources. So the basic human needs are fulfilled by material provided by the natural nature itself. So uh, by nature itself. So the broad, uh, broadly defined. So natural resources include all the original elements that comprises the earth, also the natural endowment like support system such as air, water, soil, the earth, and also cruise, and also radiate from the sun. Some representative examples of natural resources are arable land, wilderness areas, mineral fuels, and also non-fuel minerals, watershed, and the ability of the environment to degrade waste absorbed also ultraviolet light from the sun. So these are stock of nature useful to mankind are called the natural resources. In natural resources in the primitive age, man had used only those resources that also support his life, but the process of economic growth and also increase in population has also led to the mismanagement of natural resources. So natural resources are generally grouped into two major categories: the renewable resources and non-renewable resources. So the renewable resources, these are resources that are capable of regenerating themselves, like the uh, within within a relative short period, so provides the environment in which they are also uh, nurtured, also or nurtured. Then they are also not likely to be exhausted by human activities as we see it by human activities. So we also look at all that. Then we also except by human activities and a related period also. And example include plants, fish, and also forests, soil, and also solar radiation. And then we're looking at the winds and looking at also apart from the wind. We're also looking at the So, apart from the winds, tides, air, and also water, amongst others, these renewable resources can be also further classified into two distinct groups: the biological resources and also the flow resources. Biological resources consist of the various aspects of a plant and animal. They have no distinctive feature that is important for consideration here, why these resources are also capable of self-regenerating regeneration. They can be also uh, irreparable, blade damage if they are also exploited beyond a certain criteria threshold. And their use also should be limited to a certain critical zone. Both the regenerative capacity of these resources and the criteria zone are also governed by the natural biological process. Example of this type of resources are fisheries, forestry, forests, livestock, and all form of plants. Then flow resources include solar radiation, tides, and also water, also streams. Continuous renewal of these resources is largely dictatable by atmosphere and also hydraulic circulation, along with the glow solar of the solar also by the atmosphere that we talked about. Then we also uh, the solar radiation and the waterfall, the rate at which the rate at which they flow also matters, and when it talks to that, then we also moving on to non-renewable. uh, Okay, before the non-renewable, a good illustration of this should be affected in greenhouse gas emission, in particular carbon, also oxide, also emissions on global warming. So the non-renewable resources are those resources that either exist in a fixed supply or are renewable only on a geological time scale whose regenerative capacity can be assumed to be zero for all practical purpose. So non-renewable resources cannot be replaced when the initial stock is used up. So example of these resources include the metallic mineral like iron, aluminium, the copper, and the uranium, and non-metallic minerals like fossil clay and sand and also phosphate, then coal, petroleum, also natural gas and etc. The stock of these resources is limited. They are also susceptible to be degraded in quantity and also quality by human activities. These, therefore, they must be carefully managed to avoid their shortage until the acceptable substitutes are found. So non-renewable resources can be classified into two broad categories. The first group include those resources which are recyclable, and also such as metallic minerals. The second group consists of the non-recyclable resources such as fossil fuel resources have also three main characteristics, namely utility, number one, the utility, two, limited availability, scarcity, three, potential for depletion or consumption. So utility is the resource of satisfaction to satisfy derived from the consumptions of a particular goods or services. It also refers to the total satisfaction received by a consumer from consuming a good or services. Utility can be classified into form, place, time, and also possession utility. So limited availability, scarcity. Scarcity is the fundamental economic problem of having humans who have unlimited wants and need. All at the root of any economic study is the issue of resource scarcity. In fact, as a discipline, economy is defined as a branch of social science that deal with the allocation of scarce resources among competing ends. And what exactly do economics mean by resources scarcity? What are the broad implications of scarcity? For economic scarcity is a universal economic problem. Also, every human society, whether a tribal society or an economical and technological advanced society, is confronted with the basic of scarcity, that is, at any point in time, given societal resources, endowment, and also technological know-how. The total sum of what people want to have in terms of goods and services is also far greater than what they can also have. So also, considering that human wants for goods and services are immense and also was yet insatiable in words of scarcity, what can be done to maximize the set of goods and also services that also people of a given society can have at a point in time? This question suggests that significant economic problem involves rationing limited resources to satisfy human wants, and also accordingly has the following general implication. One, choice. The obvious implication of scarcity is the need to choose. Uh, that is, in the world of scarcity, we cannot attain the satisfaction of all materials needs completely. So there must be choice and also set priorities. Then two, opportunity cost. The opportunity cost is the alternative for God, uh, and those are sacrifice made, and the cost are the highest value alternative. That is a sacrifice to attain something. Then we have the efficiency in the presence of a scarcity. No individual or society can afford to be wasteful or inefficient. So its objective, therefore, is maximize the desired goods and services that can be also obtained from a given set of also resources. Then we're looking at the social institution, and as noted earlier, the essence of scarcity lies in the fact that people desire for goods and services also exceed societal ability to produce them at a point in time. In this presence of scarcity, therefore, the allocation and also the distribution of resources always cause conflict. To resolve this conflict in a systematic technique, some kind of institutional mechanism also needs to be well known. For example, in the many parts of the contemporary world, the market system is used as the primary means of rationing secret also resources. So the potential for deflection or consumption. This is the consumption of resources at a faster rate than the rate at which it can be also replenished. Resources consumption is also common in farming, fishing, mining, water usage, and in fossil also fuel consumptions. So depletion of a wildlife population is known as the defaunation. Defaunation and high rates of resources composition leads to depletion. Examples of resources depletion are the deforestation, soil degradation, overfishing, amongst others. So we're looking at the ecology. Ecology is a branch of science that also systematically study the relationship between living organs and the physical and also chemical environment in which they live. So ecology examines the life histories and distribution and also behavior of individual, also species, as well as the structure and the functions of natural systems at the level of populations, communities, ecosystem, landscape, and also biosphere. So ecological economics have analyzed the interdependence between the physical environment and the uh, economics, also activities in their model. So, according to them, some economy activities may be the cause of environmental degradation. Then we also have the industrial ecology. Industrial ecology is the means by which human can deliberately and rationally maintain a desirable carrying capacity, given also the continuous economic, so cultural and technological evolution. So it is a system in which one seeks to optimize, also improve the total material, also cycle from virgin materials to finished material, also components, product, also obsolete product, and ultimate disposal. Also, foreign factors to be optimized include resources, energy, and also the capital. So we talk about the next is environmental pollution, a change in the physical, chemical, biological characteristics of the air, water, or soil that can also affect the health, also survival or activities of human being or other living organism in a harmful manner. Also, is known as environmental pollution. So pollution in economy can be also regarded as any loss of human well-being arising from physical environmental changes. Then we're looking at the ecosystem. Ecosystem is a term applied to a particular relationship between living organisms and their environment. So an ecosystem has two main components, the abiotic and also the biotic, and also all non-living components of environment we are present in an ecosystem are known as the abiotic compound component. This include the inorganic and also organic components, and also the climate factors. On the other hand, the living organism of an ecosystem are also known as the biotic component, which include plants, also animal, and also the microorganism. So ecosystem may be affected by androgenetic factors. They are face short and also long run natural change, also imposed from both uh, the within and also outside the system, such as climate changes. Let us so we examine the functions of ecosystem, and so ecosystem functions are, as we see them, gas regulation, also regulation atmosphere and chemical composition, then water system storage and retention of water, raw materials and food production, portion of goods, also primary production, characteristic as raw materials and food. Then four, we're looking at erosion control, retention of also the soil within an ecosystem, the sediment retention. Five, the genetic resources, also resources of unique biological materials and products. Then six, the disturbance regulation, damping and integration of ecosystem, response to the economic environmental fluctuation. Seven, the nutrient cycling, storage, also internal cycling, also processing and acquisition of natural nutrient. Then eight, we're looking at recreation, also recreation, providing also a recreation opportunity for tourism. Then nine, the climate regulation, regulations of the global also temperature. So the major components within the eco system are the lithosphere, solid earth, the atmosphere, the hydrosphere, water, and the biosphere. These are also the cryosphere of ice and snow. Then we're looking at also the ecosystem diversity. The ecosystem diversity can be classified into two major types, the aquatic and also terrestrial ecosystem. The aquatic ecosystem are further classified into marine, the estuary, and also fresh water, while the terrestrial are divided into the 16 biomes, also represent major formation in terms of vegetation also type. So we're looking at the social carrying capacity. Use of natural resources services is also compared with defined biophysical limits for the supply of each services. So the biophysical also carrying capacity expresses the maximum population size that could also be sustained under given technological capabilities. So social carrying capacity can be also defined as the maximum number of human beings which the environment can support. So the population generally stabilizes around the carrying capacity. So social carrying capacity is determined by the influence of human consumptions, patterns, then technological changes, and its impact on the environment. So its stresses on the part of the natural bond can be disobeyed by rapidly growing population and also accelerated use of natural resources. So sustainable carrying capacity on the other hand is the maximum number of persons that can be supported in time where without a on Earth with a given technology and set of competitive habits, also without end, and also maximum number also of a person that can be supported in time without end on the Earth, and with giving technology and set of competitive habits without causing environmental degradation. And we're looking also at the eco development and economics sustainability. The development has been defined as ecological sound environment where which is a process of positive management of the environment for human benefit. So eco development and sustainable development are the interchangeable. So economic also sustainable is also concerned with maintaining a non-decline level of economic welfare now and also into the future. This economic welfare is derived from the also income generated by the capital stock, which include manufacturing capital, human capital, and the natural capital. Then we also move on to the environmental goods. Environmental goods are public goods. They include air quality, water quality, and also sun heat. And then environmental goods are unique in nature. Uh, Excess use of these may lead to environmental degradation. So we're moving on to the next one, which is the ecosystem. We are looking at the ecosystem. We've talked much about the ecosystem before, but the rank organization of a biological system often used as a starting point for an economic study is ecological study is the ecosystem. So an ecosystem includes living organism in a specific physical environment. They also are the multitude of interaction between the organism and the non-biological factors also in it. So uh, we're looking at viewing the way an ecosystem practically means the house of life. Then the definitions of boundaries and the spatial scale of an ecosystem can also vary. Simply put, an ecosystem shows the relationship that exists between living organism, the environment, and the factors that affect them. An ecosystem can be as small as pond or as big as the entire earth. We can therefore refer to ecosystem of a pond or the ecosystem of the earth in entirely. What's important in each case is the definition of it. And so we're looking at the meaning and types of ecosystem. The ecosystem has been defined as the relationship that exists between organism and the environment, and until that include all the organism also the biological factors in the given and also interacting uh, interacting and so applied to a particular shell. The ecosystem is term applied to a particular relation between living organism and their environment. So an ecosystem also has two main components, the abiotic and biotic. I think we've talked about this before. We'll talk about the aquatic, the types of ecosystem. We're looking at aquatic system, ecosystem. Aquatic also ecosystem is classified into the freshwater and marine, coastal grooves, and also the island. Then we also look at the freshwater. These are highly productive with very rich biological diversity. They have a wide range of habitat. The lifestyles of the population is designed according to the nature of the ecosystem, freshwater ecosystem, and also include the standing water ponds and also lake, as well as the flowing waters of river and stream. They are also characterized by the presence of little dissolved salt in them. Then we're looking at the marine ecosystem have light high salt content. Marine ecosystem include large water bodies such as the ocean and the sea. The coral also, banks are highly productive and are restrictive to tropical, also shallow waters of the sea and have a rich biological diversity. One of the unique also feature of the marine ecosystem is the sea grasses, which play an important role in maintaining the biodiversity and the productivity. Then we also look at the coastal. Looking at the coastal also zone also represent a very specialized also ecosystem, which also supports the unique flora and also fauna. Then the development strategies for these have direct impact on the lifestyle of the people. So some of the main activities in the regions are shipping, fishing, oil, gas, exploration, and recreation also activities. Then we're also looking at the mangroves. Also, the mangroves are specialized also communities inhabiting inter intertidal zone of shelter, low lying tropical and sub also tropical coast, and also the mangrove swamp forest form a belt also along the coast of Nigeria from Lagos State across Ondo, Edo Delta, Bayelsa River, Cross River, Akwa Ibom State. This rainfall in this belt is very heavy with a mean annual rainfall of about 2,500 mm with an average also monthly temperature of about 2,202 60 degrees centigrade throughout the year. This zone is characterized by the presence of the red mangrove plant, which is the Rhizopora ramosa. Many of these mangroves also trees are propped and break roots. This enable them to grow well in the soft also swampy area. So the coconut and the reed canes are also common plant species found on the sandy beach along the seashore. Animal species are found on the mangroves. Also swamp uh, forest vegetable including the tilapia, the angelfish, the bloody clam and areas, oyster and also barnacles. Mangroves, a crab, also lagoon crab, hermit crab, and also mudscaper fish and mosquitoes, and also the also third also birds, which is the hero. Then island, we say island are the characteristics also by the significant land sea interaction, large extent of littoral, that is the coastal area, and also inclusive exclusive economic zone This feature relates to this volcanics also origin or as a coral island, degrees of the isolation and need for transportation and interaction. So tourism is a mainstay of their economy. So environmental soil and sand also and tourism also and is also the related employment, the relevant human resource development and agricultural production are required for the development of island. In the next class, we are going to look at the terrestrial ecosystem, starting from the terrestrial ecosystem. Thank you so much for